Never Show the Monster. I'm Kelly Attaway.
I'm Chelsea Hollander.
And today we are shooting the shit, talking primarily about aliens. I'm just going to be real with you. It's going to be a lot of alien talk today. Definitely we're going to talk about Men in Black, the film franchise, but maybe also the concept Men in Black? In the world.
Concept.
Yeah, the actual Men in Black. Yeah. And this corresponded surprisingly well with the congressional UAP hearing.
Yeah.
How you feeling?
So great. I don't know. People had said stuff to me and I was like, yeah.
Wait, can you unwrap that?
Yeah. I don't know if I want to. So Ryan came to me and was like, oh my God, this might be real. And I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, he was like, why are you acting like this isn't a big deal? And I was like, I don't understand how you haven't heard any of this before. Like,
okay,
a lot of this isn't super new.
None of it was.
And then he was like, well, it's like, how come we haven't heard about it before? And I was like, we have all the time.
Bitch,
just everyone calls them crazy all the time. Like, people talk about it pretty constantly, pretty consistently, pretty constantly, all the time.
Yeah, give her a quick Google. You know what? I'll send him over some documentaries.
But then I was like, watching different logical things because they're like, oh, whenever the UAP or whenever something of aliens comes up really big, it also means that they're doing like, it might be a misdirect for testing that they're doing on bases and stuff like that. And I was like, well, that is a logical way to look at it. And I kind of agree. And someone was like, why does this only happen in white countries? And I was like, I don't know if that's true. And then I did some Googling and I was like, it doesn't just happen in white countries. It happens all over the world all the time.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I was very interested in the hearings and they were very interesting to watch, much more interesting than a lot of other ones, but...
Yeah, oh boy, I literally finished watching it for the first time. I didn't watch it at all this week while it was happening, just too busy. I literally finished watching it moments before we got online to record. So I also haven't done any reading about it. So if I say some like really dumb shit and everybody's like, yeah, we already solved that on Reddit, then I'm sorry. I did not make it over there yet. I don't know. I saw the like hubbub this week and I was, what am I trying to say? Part of me was like, I'm only seeing like, no offense, normies being excited about it. Like people who haven't been Googling this for years, you know?
Like, this is stuff we knew. We've heard people say these things before. Yeah.
Well, I didn't even know the content yet, right? I just saw that people who don't know much about the state of UAPs. I just saw that those were the people who were excited. And so I was like, this could go either way. Like maybe it's all stuff that we've already heard. But this is the first time they're hearing it. And so it would make sense that you're excited. I'm excited. I just have already known it. But another part of me was like, maybe something cool. Well, maybe they'll say a cool thing.
And that's like the part that's, because a lot of people are saying like, oh, the government admitted that aliens are real. That's not what happened. A whistleblower came and testified in front of a committee.
Yeah.
A handful of people who have experienced things had testified. 2 other people, I think.
And
two of them have experienced something. The other one did a bunch of interviews and knows people and has talked to people and is based on, that's kind of like hearsay on that one. He was very confident, which made me a little suspicious. The other 2 were the ones I was most interested in. Yeah. Oh no, I had a point.
People were saying that the government said that aliens exist.
Oh yeah, but it wasn't government. It was definitely just three guys. But hopefully after this, with the stuff that they're going to get access to, because a lot of this was to try to make the information more accessible and make it public.
Yeah.
So hopefully that's what this ends up bringing to light.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Shit was cool. Shit was going crazy in New Mexico the other day. So what are you going to do? Or Arizona? I don't know. You've heard me on 2 podcasts talk about that TikTok. So
I mean, something is happening, right? Like, like
but
whatever is occurring is occurring.
It could be cave goblins, though. So
it could be cave goblins. Yeah.
Could be.
And
I
that's
did
the other
appreciate
thing.
that go ahead.
No, you go.
Whenever he was like, I'm not going to say it's alien or from outer space. We don't know what it is. And I was like, good job. Because we don't. And we don't want to say it's aliens. Could be from the sea. Could be octopi.
Ugh, I hate them. Yeah, no, all 3 of these guys were like pretty careful to avoid using like extraterrestrial, ET, alien.
Mm-hmm.
It was all like non-human biologics. They kept calling biologics.
Biologics, yeah.
Okay. No, I think that, oh God, what was that guy's name? It was something horrible. Borscht.
Yeah,
Borscht.
that sounds right.
His name is Borscht.
Oh,
what is
yes,
it?
Borscht.
Gorshk.
Grushk. Oh,
Grushk.
okay.
Hold on, I'm getting closer.
I was going to Google. Are you Googling? Are you getting there?
Yeah, I'm pulling up my notes.
Okay, good.
Grush. Ugh.
Is that what it is?
I mean, that's how it's spelled. Yeah, it was 3 guys. It was Grush is the hearsay one. Graves is the one who is really pushing for data collection. And then I forgot the other guy's name. Old man. Shout out.
Old man was a flight.
Shout out, old man. Yeah. Yeah. Tic Tac video guy.
Yeah,
that was funny. All of these like ancient people on the committee kept calling it TikTok. In the TikTok video. In the TikTok video. Oh my God.
Tic Tac. It's a Tic Tac.
That video is cool. I don't know. I was going into this very like, I was just trying to do a vibe check. Like, basically, I went into it incredibly skeptical. I was like, they're not going to say anything that I can trust.
Yeah.
Because of, like, they can't, even if they have access to, like, all of this confidential information, they're not going to be able to say it here. And I was going into it like, I know that you haven't read The Wheel of Time yet. I'm gonna get you to
someday. If I can not have a job for a while and finally read, that would be.
It's a lot of books. It's a lot of books.
Sweet.
But there's a group of people in that series who have sworn a magical oath that prevents them from telling a lie. Ooh. They cannot lie. Like, physically, they can't. They, like, crumple. And
can they omit the truth?
Absolutely, they can. And they can also say, you'll think that you heard the truth. They get very creative.
Oh.
And so I went into this being like, we're paying attention to, like, individual words and, like, what we are and aren't saying. And I didn't need to be that prepared because this guy just kept saying, can't say that in an open setting. And I was like, oh, right, we can just, I forgot that we're not living in a fantasy novel and that we don't have to be as creative. You can just say, I can't say that.
I can't say it.
Right. Got it. Oh, yeah, I forgot. You've got an easy way out. That guy did not pass the vibe check. That guy, here's what that guy reminded me of.
He was a lot.
You know, well, maybe Bigfoot is my thing. There are some people in the Bigfoot community who are like such true believers. They know in their hearts that Bigfoot is out there, and they're so frustrated that we don't have any hard evidence. And so maybe they fake some evidence, hoping to like get more people on board, and maybe that leads to funding, and maybe that leads to real evidence. And so in their mind, it's like a little white lie, and what does it matter? Because I believe in this truth so strongly that like this might as well be the truth. That's what I was getting from this guy. I was like,
that's fair.
He seems easily manipulated because he clearly wants to believe this so bad. And at the same time, he also seemed very self-important. Like, he had a raging
He's like, I know
boner
a lot
for
of
being
people.
at the center of this. Yeah. And so it felt very like, this guy is going to be easy to exploit because he wants to be important in the story, and he wants it, like, he wants to be the whistleblower who uncovers it. So I don't trust anything out of that guy.
Yeah, I agree that he just seems like he's,
Yeah.
He knew too many people. He was like just really excited to talk about his famous friends for a long time.
Well, and even then, like, I didn't get a name, didn't get a single specific, like, do you have friends, or is this one guy and you're adding an S to make it seem like it's more? Like, I don't know anything.
And he's like, I can tell you behind closed doors. I can only tell you behind closed doors, which is like,
it was giving like, I don't recall. Like, okay.
Yeah.
Like, okay, got it. I'm also like, just not super interested in what your buddy told you. you know, like, what did you see?
Luckily, the other two guys were like, I have seen some things.
Yeah. I've heard of Graves before, but I can't remember in what capacity. So if he's been like totally debunked as a fraud.
Oh, no. Has he? Oh, no.
I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I just know that I've heard his name. And I also know that he was the one that I was like most inclined to listen to during this hearing, because he seemed the most measured. He wasn't like, there's a cover up or this is all malice. He was like, we need a mechanism to collect data and everybody should have access to it. Yeah, so it wasn't like pointing fingers or implying a cover up in the same way that Grush. I don't know.
I don't know.
Everybody said it different too. Everybody who asked him a question pronounced it different. So I don't know.
It's a mixture of them all.
Yeah. And then the old guy, I don't know. That could go either way. He clearly loves telling this story. He was having a great time up there. And I don't know how to read that. Is that good or bad?
I don't know. It could feel like, oh, finally people are starting to believe me.
But he didn't face pushback, right? Like, people believed him from the start. He didn't face any repercussions. Mm-hmm. The whole reason he decided to be a witness was because other people were pestering him, is the word he used. But I guess that, you know, do you believe that that's what happened, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't know. I saw that George Knapp and Jeremy Corbell were in the audience. Jeremy Corbell's a dingus, but he's well respected for some reason. I don't know. Maybe I haven't read enough of his stuff, but he's a dingus. And George Knapp is very, very, very famous. He's been reporting on UFO stuff for a million years. I feel like he's the one that really broke Area 51 in the 80s. And so like, he's been in it, but he's also like a weekend host of Coast to Coast. So it's like, it's hard. Yeah. He's in the space where it's like, he's a well-respected journalist, but he's also in some like kooky corners. So I don't know. I don't know who to believe. I trust no one.
That's fair.
Except for Dana Scully.
But you want to believe.
I want to believe.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. You said you read some stuff about it. Did you watch some TikToks about it?
Yeah, that's what I mean when I say I read some stuff, obviously.
Yeah.
I'm on the logical side of TikToks. Is everyone trying to debunk what happened and not lean into it? Or it's people making jokes about how capitalism has ruined our lives to the point where we can talk about aliens on TV being real, and then we still have to go to work every day, and that's pretty weird.
That's the other side of it, too, is always like, this is like a teaser trailer of disclosure without actually disclosing anything. So, like, what is this misdirection? Misdirection?
Yeah. And that's like, it's not like we trust our government. So I don't know. Yeah. I really don't know. So like, I I would love some evidence. I would love some sweet, sweet evidence.
God, I would love some evidence. Oh my God.
So that's why I'm like, the thirdos,
Yeah.
he wants, I'm sorry, I'm terrible with names. We all know this.
Wait, the data guy?
Yeah, the guy that wants the data. I'm
Got it.
Really
he's first to me. So
yeah, first in our hearts, but
yeah,
thirdo in enthusiasm, I guess.
yes. He's stage right.
Yeah.
Is
yeah. I'm excited that hopefully something will come out of this where it is actual evidence or something that we can look at. But I mean, they did release a bunch of evidence. What, like earlier this year? I don't understand time. Missing time. Isn't that an alien thing?
Yeah, it is. Mm-hmm. Which evidence are you referring to? There was the big, like, TikTok was released in 2017, 18 maybe?
Didn't they release a bunch of documents? I didn't go through them. They were more than I
yeah. I also
had the energy for.
I don't even know what those contain anymore. I assume that all of the alien freakazoids that I follow in podcasts and on Twitter would have filtered any of that information down to me.
Exciting. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, what I did think was really interesting in this, from this hearing, was a claim that I hadn't heard before, which was those weird cubes in clear spheres that Graves, First O in Our Hearts, was describing.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
That's weird. That's a weird thing.
Yeah, whenever they were describing certain things, I was like, I don't know. Well, because we don't expect... We talked about this on the first alien sighting, but and I was talking to Ryan about this, and he was like, well, it looks like something about a saucer, and I was like, anytime someone says something looks like a saucer, they are lying. I was like, because it doesn't look like a saucer. That's how it moves.
Though I do think that the classic like disc with bubble on top has since been cited, and so that goes either way, right? That could be like, oh, people are legitimately seeing that, or is that evidence that it is like a psychic phenomenon, right? That's entered the collective unconscious. Yeah, exactly. Like, did we manifest
Are
this?
aliens just a tulpa? Maybe that's why they have to call it non-human, because it's just a tulpa. Oh my God.
It did seem like
it's a tulpa.
Grush was like, it seemed like his fuller statement, which I do want to read, indicated that like parallel dimensions was one of the possibilities.
I like that.
I thought that was very interesting. Like, I still think of that as some of the more fringe ideas around this, but I guess it's making its way into more reputable. I don't know if reputable is the word that I want to use, but
yeah.
Less internet-y spaces.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is interesting, and it's cool that,
it's cool that people are talking about it.
Exactly.
It's cool that the normies are talking about it.
Yeah. And I don't want to gatekeep. I don't want to be like, oh, this is the first you're hearing of it, even though I do feel that way a little bit.
Yeah. Yep.
Sorry to the normies. Welcome.
Happy to have you.
I'll send you some cool resources. Trying to segue between this and Men in Black.
Great segue.
Thanks.
So,
yeah, I think I crushed it personally.
Was that mentioned at all? I didn't watch the entire thing.
No.
But did they ever mention seeing Men in Black?
No.
Oh, bummer. Then it's not really an alien sighting.
Yeah, no mention of that. And that's like, gosh, would we classify them as UAPs now?
Maybe. So did you watch Midnight Club?
No, I still haven't. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. You're doing that to yourself, not to me. There is an episode I think that you'll really like.
Okay.
And that's all I'm going to say.
Okay.
That's all I'm going to say. Yeah. So let's talk about a great series of movies starring Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones.
Yep.
And has
Tony
a great
Shalhoub.
great music.
Yes.
Tony Shalhoub.
Yeah, it does have great
Is he
music.
in the first one?
He's definitely
Second
in the
one?
first one.
First
He might be in the second one as well.
Oh man, did I forget Tony Shalhoub? I just told you I knew that movie like the back of my hand. What?
No, he's in
I'm
all
so
three.
full of shit.
He's in all three.
What?
Yeah, he's the
Wait,
one.
where is he? Where does he work? Does he work somewhere?
Yeah, in the first two maybe in the third too. He works at I guess it's like a pawn shop,
okay, I'm there.
Yeah.
Do you love
Wait,
Tony
did
Shalhoub?
you forget Tony Shalhoub entirely? Entirely?
No. I did watch Monk for a while. So there's that. What? So like, okay. What is your Tony Shalhoub? Like, who is your Tony Shalhoub?
He was in an episode of the X-Files, and that's who I think of him as. It's a great episode. It's a top tier ep.
So was he in the show? Was he in the show Taxi or Airplane? Am I making this up? Oh my God.
I could not tell you.
Because that was the one that I always thought. And then when he got on Monk, and I was like, that's the guy from. And then I watched Monk, and I was like, oh, he is a little bit obsessive. Because he played someone who was supposed to be like obsessive compulsive, right?
Yeah, in Monk for sure. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, he is a very interesting character.
Was he in like
Oh, he was in Dinosaurs, but he was only in one episode.
He was the asteroid.
He was in Gattaca? Man, I do not remember. He was in the Men in Black TV series. He was in Frasier.
Oh, he was in Wings. Wings, I think, is what you were thinking of.
That's it. Oh, yeah. I watched Wings all the time. Well, how come I'm not seeing it on my list?
It's right under Men in Black.
It's in the 90s, right? Okay,
yeah.
Okay, yeah. 144 episodes. Yep. Yeah, it was like one of the TV shows that I don't remember if I watched it in the afternoon or like at night before I went to bed. But Wings was a show I watched a lot. Could I tell you anything about it? No. Do I know that one of the characters goes on to be in Stephen King's The Shining to play?
Oh, he plays Jack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all I
guy.
remember about it at all is that.
What's that guy's name? Hold on.
Scrolling down to it. Steven Weber.
Yeah, it is. Yep, that's him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Nobody else stayed in my brain. Tony Shalhoub did.
Now, is Wings in the
Church
Cheers universe? Is it in the Cheers extended universe? Like Frasier and Cheers are in the same. Is Wings?
Man, I just watched a TikTok on this where they talk about how in the 90s and earlier, like everyone's jobs were like normal blue collar jobs. And now all jobs are like lawyers, detectives, doctors. And that's it. Yeah. You can't just be like a normal person anymore. Anyway.
Well, and it's also, I feel like in the 90s,
so
it was architects. 90s and early aughts, everybody was an architect.
Everybody was an architect.
Architect. I also feel like there were a lot of magazine editors.
A lot of people in magazines. Okay, so I'm looking at Coach. There was also a Coach.
I remember Coach.
We got Ted Lasso. Frasier, he was a radio host. Taxi.
Wait a minute. Frasier was a radio host?
Am I making that up?
Why did I think he was a psychologist?
Is he a psychologist? Maybe
I'm
wrong. Dr. Frasier Crane moves back to his hometown of Seattle.
Doctor.
And he works as a radio psychiatrist.
Oh.
We were both right.
I love that.
But we've got like Cheers and we've got like Taxi.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's like
Cheers wasn't even like
news radio.
That was like after work, right?
What was Jeff Shoot Me about? Oh, photographers. The Drew Carey Show? What was he in the Drew Carey Show?
I only remember apartment scenes with Mimi. I don't remember him having a job.
That's fair. Did he have a job?
Couldn't tell you.
Spin City. That's one that's like a...
That's in an office, right? That's David Spade.
Roseanne. What did Roseanne do? He had a blue-collar job. He had a union job. Did he have a union job?
He must have had a union job.
He had to have had a union job.
Yeah. But that was all at home. Like Full House, that was all at home.
Most of it at home.
Although...
What did Danny do?
I had no idea what Danny did.
Uncle Jesse was a music.
Jingles. He did jingles.
Rebecca was a TV star. Oh, and she knew Danny because Danny was also a TV star. They were both anchors. Is that how they knew each other? Was he an anchor?
I didn't actually watch this show.
Oh, okay. I did. I watched a lot of TV, so we know this. We know this.
I just watched, I watched many hours of TV, but not a lot of it was unique. I just watched reruns.
They do. Oh, okay. That's also. Oh, even like Charmed. Didn't they have normal jobs? One of them owned a nightclub.
Oh, but not until the later seasons. All three of them
you had to
owned the
save up
nightclub,
money
didn't
for
they?
a long time. Yeah, because it was called, what are their names? P3.
That's right.
That was a choice.
I mean,
P3?
later seasons.
Yeah.
I didn't watch that until I was a grown-up. I watched that for the first time like a couple years
I used
ago.
to watch that all the time. That was my morning show. Like before you go to school, you eat your cereal, you watch your Charmed.
That was Saved by the Bell for me.
I did do Saved by the Bell until and then high school was Charmed, I think.
Oh.
They just stopped showing it or something. I don't know.
I was too busy straightening my hair in high school. No, I just didn't have a TV in my bedroom anymore. Because I got a sibling and we had to put a bed in there instead.
Damn.
I know.
That's the worst.
She sucked. Continues to suck. Her Facebook has a lot of racist memes on it.
Yeah, that's not good. That's really bad.
Really bad.
Anyway.
Yeah, Men in Black.
Speaking of.
Do you think the aliens have unions? I feel like maybe that was a joke in Men in Black International.
Is that a joke in one of them? Oh. I hope they have a union.
How do unions work? Okay, if you have like a work visa.
I was about to say internationally.
Well, no, but that's my question is like internationally, if you have like a work visa in the U.S., can you join a union? Probably, right?
I would hope so.
Yeah.
I'm going to Google that. That's something I've not asked, but it's good to know.
I'm not even going to vamp. I'm just like...
Employees living and working in the U.S. are eligible, regardless of their individual citizenship or visa status.
Because unions aren't like a government thing.
Good to know. Good to know.
Because it would just be your employment. It's
Yeah.
not... Okay. Good.
Yeah.
Okay. So the aliens could have unions in the Men in Black universe then. Cool.
Yeah. Huh.
Or I guess the Men in Black, because in the Men in Black movie franchise, they are a government agency. And so maybe they have written in some like intergalactic laws that are like, you cannot unionize. I don't know, man. Because, they keep some of those aliens. They're like, you can't be north of the bridge, the river.
Oh, no. I'm going to have to go rewatch it and look at a different lens I didn't even think about. Oh, no. Oh, no. I'm going to end up
we don't have
them.
to make Men in Black woke. We don't have to wokeify Men in Black.
Did they do that with the international one?
No. No, I don't think so.
Okay. I mean, if we were going to do that, then we already are doing the right thing by not putting Will Smith in it anymore, I guess.
Oh.
It's really upsetting because his character in that movie is one that I always loved.
Flawless. Yeah.
Yeah.
Both him and Tommy Lee Jones. Okay.
Perfect.
Can I tell you something?
Chemistry.
Yes. Incredible chemistry. They are perfect for each other. I love it.
They should do every movie together. Romy and Michelle's high school reunion remade with Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones. Which one would be Romy and which one would be Michelle?
Well,
obviously Tommy Lee Jones is Romy. I don't even know why I said that.
Obviously. Oh God, it'd be so against type to do it the other way. But can you imagine seeing Tommy Lee Jones in like a super flighty, like giggly role? Oh, I'm talking myself into it.
Love it.
Let's do a screen test. Let's see how it feels. No, Men in Black International. I watched this one. For the listeners, Chelsea didn't, so we're not going to get too far into it. No, it's fine. I didn't love it, but
Did they have good chemistry?
No.
Oh, weird. They do a lot of movies together, so that is weird.
I know. I was like, what's going on here? I guess
they don't have good chemistry in the other movies. I mean, they're fine. I like her a lot.
I love her.
And I don't hate Chris Hemsworth? He's fine.
No, I
He's
like him fine.
Yeah.
And one of my notes, okay, I am going to talk a little bit about it, not about
That's
the
okay.
movie, just my impressions. One of my notes is like, I know that everybody thinks that Chris Hemsworth is like a total dreamboat. And when I think about him, I don't feel that way. And then when he like appears on screen, I'm like, oh, I see it. Okay, I see it.
It's one of those ones where it has to be in front of you, but then when it's not, it's just like, that doesn't matter to me.
No, yeah, because the way that I imagine him is like, and I wonder how much of this is because of Cabin in the Woods.
Oh, yeah.
I imagine him as like dude bro jock who I don't care about. And then he's actually endearing in everything he does.
Yeah.
So,
and he makes good choice, like Ghostbusters. I know
Ghostbusters.
Yeah, like he makes. I like what he does. I like.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe
He's
I would
funny.
not have been in a like Men in Black didn't need to. I don't know if Men in Black needed to come back. I think that we needed to just be okay with it existing in the perfect trilogy that it was.
It is a perfect trilogy. International is a different thing.
Yeah.
Nandor from What We Do in the Shadows is in it. That's a nice surprise. Kumail Nanjiani voices a character in it. Loved that.
Okay.
I mean, give it a watch. Like I didn't hate it. I don't regret watching it. I just wasn't super excited about it.
That's fair.
But God, we went a long way for me to bring it back to wokeifying Men in Black. There's just one part in International that I wanted to mention. Chris Hemsworth is like fighting somebody and he's like, "We're the Men in Black and women in black," and he turns around and like gives the thumbs up to Tessa Thompson. I was like,
And she's like, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. That one was weird. And it was different. Like the first three I feel like are like really goofy and really funny, and it is so like character chemistry based.
Yeah.
And then International was very like gadget based. You know, there was like the shift in movies in the 2000s where suddenly everything was about like things. Like look at our things and stuff. Look at all of our items. This is post that shift.
Damn. Oh yeah. I love Men in Black because of, and I even like the chemistry between Will Smith and Josh Brolin. I think he does a good job. I think Josh Brolin does a phenomenal job as baby.
So good.
Baby Tommy Lee Jones.
First of all,
Perfect casting.
I know that Josh Brolin is very famous, but I like went to the IMDb because I was like, this guy's doing a great job. Who is he? And then I saw it was Josh Brolin and was like,
oh my God.
That's a name that people know and say.
Yeah.
I still don't know who he is. He's young Tommy Lee Jones.
Isn't he Academy Award winner?
Is he?
Josh Brolin?
Well,
I mean, if you have to go with the original, you're like, oh, you mean Goonies? Josh Brolin.
Oh,
the attractive older brother.
Was he the big brother? Okay, okay.
But then he's also been in a ton of movies. I'm gonna say that he hasn't been. He does play Thanos from Avengers.
I mean,
the main.
Oh, that's a main guy?
The main villain. The biggest villain of all the villains.
Oh, I definitely thought Thanos was like a...
No, that's Theranos.
Nope, that's not what I was thinking of. But it is a word. It might be the word Thanos.
It is a word. Is it a sound bar? Is that what we're gonna...
No. Is it Thanos? It's like the idea... It's like the human obsession with death.
No, he does fall in love with death in the comic books. It was a woman that is beautiful and spicy. I don't remember if she's spicy. I don't know. Define Thanos.
There's no. That's what I did, and I'm just getting.
Thanatos was the son of Nyx.
Thanatos is the word that I was trying to. What did you say it was?
The personification of death. Thanatos is.
Thanatos is the death instinct. So it's like that, like driving down the highway and you like have that intrusive thought of like, what if I drove into the oncoming lane?
Oh.
That's
well,
Thanatos.
In Greek religion and mythology.
Mm-hmm.
The son of Nyx, the goddess of night, and brother Hypnos, the god of sleep.
Cool.
He appeared to humans to carry them off into the underworld when the time allotted to them by the fates had expired. I like how this is written. What if I just read Britannica stuff instead of books now? I'm just going to go through and read a bunch of Greek Britannica stuff. Let's learn about Poseidon.
Yeah. Ocean.
Upside down boat. I watched that
Trident?
movie like 3 times in theaters.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Was it starring Josh Brolin? Wouldn't that be crazy?
I don't think so, but it was before he got too famous, and then I ended up buying it on Kurt Russell.
Oh. Huh.
Kurt Russell's in it, not Josh Brolin. I don't know. Kurt Russell, Richard Dreyfuss, Emmy Rossum, Josh Lucas. That's a pretty good cast.
Rossum? Damn, good for her.
Yeah, the rest of it is pretty. Andre Braugher and Fergie? We are not talking about Men in Black.
No, let's bring it back.
doing
Let's
such a bad
focus
job.
up. Let's focus up.
Was I looking up Josh Brolin? What happened? Why did my brain just disappear?
Yeah, I think that's where we started. Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. Josh Brolin is great. He was also in Deadpool 2, Dune,
Like
Cicero.
new Dune?
Yeah, the new Dune. Mimic.
What? Was he like one of the cops? Who was he? Mimic.
He was. That's who he was, right? Oh my
He must
God.
have been.
We talked about it. What has happened? We talked about it. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Yeah. Okay.
We talked
yeah.
about it.
Yeah. I remember. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. He's the one who like gets trapped in the tunnels with them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. He was wearing like a leather jacket, and we were like, he looks like he would be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
Got
That's
it. Okay.
We got there. We did it.
It only took 20 minutes.
Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Oh, did you know Cyndi Lauper had a music video called The Goonies Are Enough?
I did not know that. I love it.
He's also in it. We'll look at that afterwards. Anyway, Men in Black.
Speaking
Which of the 4 are your favorite?
I mean, number 1, classic.
It really is, honestly.
And then I don't know. I think that I know, but I don't want to say it.
It's okay.
I think 3 is my second favorite.
Oh, good.
Oh, yay.
I have such a deep love for 3, but it's got Boris the monster? Boris
Yes. Yeah, and it's Little Miss Flight of the Conchords. Oh,
Yeah.
hey. Also in What We Do in the Shadows, but the movie, not the TV show.
TV show, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, loved
And I loved
him.
him as the villain. I thought he was a great villain. And Josh Brolin, I thought knocked it out of the park. Fucking love that movie.
He did a great job. And I really loved seeing like mid-mod Men in Black headquarters. Loved that. Thought that was so fun and cute. And I know that I was just complaining about gadgets, but I did love seeing the old memory wiper that he had. He's got like a battery pack on his belt. That was funny. But in 2 is my third favorite. International is least favorite.
That's fair.
In 2, did you recognize the villain in that one, the gal?
Yes.
Do you want me to say it?
Hold on.
I don't know her name. I don't know the actress's name.
Okay, you can say who she is. And
Donna in Twin Peaks.
her name is...
Donna.
I had her picture. I pictured her in my head. And then I was like, yes, that is the one.
I know I'll recognize it.
Men in Black 2. Wow. Killing it today. Just killing it.
It's a shooting the shit. We get to come in
Laura
unprepped.
Flynn Boyle. Yes, I knew that. I knew it. Because I remember really liking her aesthetic. When I watched the movie, I was like, very pale, dark hair.
Yep. And like giving like Dom vibes.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't love that we had her take her top off so many times. I didn't adore that.
Is this a Weinstein film?
Oh my God, it might be. I do think it
it
was Miramax.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Okay. Well, then now we know.
Gross. We'll ignore that. What I did really like about Men in Black 2, which I didn't notice in Men in Black 1 and forgot to look for in Men in Black 3, was in the opening credits of Men in Black 2. First of all, they were long, like old movies where we get everybody listed. They listed like the effects artists. I thought that was cool. Like put them up in big text.
And you should
like,
for Men in Black. Yeah.
Like absolutely. I thought that was really cool.
50% of the movie.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Makes the movie good.
And this
the best
was
thing in all of the movies though is the little guys that drink the coffee and smoke the cigarettes.
Yeah, the coffee aliens, the little guys. God, I love them.
They're the best. 10 out of 10.
We got to see their home in Men in Black 2. It's like it's that little squat. It's like the Bing John Malkovich half floor. It's like tiny. I thought that was cute. Keep your head tilted. It was funny to see Will Smith like totally smitten for Rosario Dawson, which like I get it. Same.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought about Men in Black 2 1,000 times while I lived in my last home. It was an apartment that did not have laundry in unit or on site. I went to a laundromat, and I live in Colorado. Fucking never rains here. And for years, straight up, every time I went to the laundromat, it would rain. So I would think about Men in Black 2, like, it rains because you're sad. And I'm like, it's raining because I'm dirty. The other thing that got me in Men in Black 2 is there's like a siren that goes off at some point, and it is the alarm sound that I have on my phone for when I get an alert for work. So it went off, and immediately I had like adrenaline. Like, I have to do a thing. I have to do things. No, thank goodness. Didn't have to do anything except keep enjoying the movie.
That's a nightmare.
Yeah, sucked.
Phones should not be allowed to use sounds that exist anywhere else.
Yeah. Just made up noises.
How rude. Ugh, can I change it to the like Wilhelm scream? So like it'll give you anxiety at the right time.
Yeah. But then can you imagine I'm watching a horror movie and like I'm suddenly taken out of the
to do work stuff.
Of the fear of the movie. Yeah, I can't do that. I've got to do something dumb. I've got to do like the Blue's Clues mail time jingle or something.
Mail time. Because are you saying you're not going to watch Blue's Clues on your time
It's unlikely.
off, are you?
It's unlikely.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I'll just be honest.
Okay, so I'll return the live tickets I got you for your birthday.
No, we can go. I'll pick something else. I'll do Teletubbies. Is Teletubbies okay?
I do like Steve now. He seems pretty cool. But I also just really like that he was like so genuine in his portrayal of Steve for Blue's Clues.
Do you remember all of the conspiracies when he left the show?
Oh, no. I remember there was some weird stuff, but he just like went to go to school or something.
No idea. I only know the conspiracies. Like, I remember a few years ago when he was like making, I don't know, he was back in the public eye for some reason. I genuinely was like, definitely thought he died of an overdose.
Yeah, I think that was one. Yeah. But no, he's just like a hipster in New York.
Yeah, good for him.
Yeah, super cool dude. And he talks about like his time when he did it. He was like, I just genuinely wanted to like, you make kids happy and it's fine.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, the little Mr. Rogers in you. Look at you. Look at you. Thank you. Sorry that people had made it so.
Thought something weird happened.
But no, he was just like, I just left. Not a big deal. People leave jobs sometimes.
But not Tommy Lee Jones. He's got to be sucked back in. Oh,
Yeah.
she did it. She did a good segue that time.
Oh, God, I love Tommy Lee Jones.
Really, really liked. Oh my God. I loved the opening of Men in Black 3, which I had never seen before this. This is the first time I'd watched it. And I didn't know the premise. Like, I didn't watch a trailer. I just put it on. And when it starts, the soundtrack in the first two is incredible. And also in the third one, but it had like a different, it was like,
Vibe.
felt more like rock and roll. I was like, ooh, sick tunes. Is this a musical? It's giving Jailhouse Rock. And then it opens in the jail. And I was like, oh, it literally was giving Jailhouse Rock.
Yeah.
They were doing a Jailhouse Rock thing. So I thought that was super fun. And I screamed Emma Thompson.
Yeah, she's perfect.
Love her.
Love a strong woman in charge.
Did you watch that movie she was in recently where she was like having an affair with a much younger man? Comedy?
No, I did not. Have you seen it?
No. Well, back to the movie then.
It's like we don't even want to talk about it.
I mean, nowhere to go if neither of us have watched it.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Any other thoughts on Men in Black?
Didn't love having to see Bugs squirm into Boris the Monster's hands.
Yeah, that's pretty gross. That part was pretty gross.
Upsetting. That was upsetting.
He was happy with it, though. He loved it.
That
was something that he was really into.
Yeah.
You know, that's fine.
Takes all kinds.
It's whatever you guys want to do.
Whatever you want.
If you
Whatever
want your
you
little
want.
bugs to be in your hands,
That's great.
yeah. Fine.
Fine. Fine. I guess those are the last of my thoughts. Do you have any more?
Yeah. To your point, the soundtracks and all of them, the Men in Black song. But I loved the song that Pitbull did for the third one, and I've talked about it before. Love it.
Right.
But I do love the original Men in Black, from Will Smith. The Here Come the Men in Black.
Yeah, it's a classic.
So good. And
And
don't
it's still a
remember any of
bop.
the second one. But yeah, they did great. I don't know what was on international, but I might want to listen. I don't know. Maybe this week, whenever I'm trying to get into work, I'll just pop on some Men in Black.
Yeah, pop it on.
That's probably what I'll do. Great movies. I need to rewatch the second one. The third one I've watched so many times. It did come out when I worked at a movie theater, so I watched it a lot.
Oh,
but I also just watched it because it's so good.
I really liked it.
I loved it. And I was really excited because I did actually start watching that one, and I was like, you know what? I love this movie. I'm just going to put it on. And then as I was watching, I was like, yeah, I do like this.
Wait, I do have one more thought.
Yeah.
Mike fucking Coulter
Where
is
was
in Men in
he?
Black 3. He's one of the army guys at the end who's like at Cape Canaveral, and he like stops them on the beach.
Love my culture.
I was so surprised, so happy to see him, and he looks such a little baby. He's just tiny. He's just a little guy.
To watch that part at the very least.
Yeah, love him. Such a pleasure to see him, especially like as a surprise, like a little treat at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
Love him.
Because we still got a little bit for the last season. Wait, are they impacted by the writer's strike? No.
Oh,
Are they?
probably. I'm just assuming that
bummer.
everything is impacted by the writer's strike.
Okay, we'll never see any of the seasons. See, it's fine. People deserve to get paid what they deserve. So
Yeah, exactly.
it's
I
fine.
stand with the WGA
Yeah.
and the DGA. Who else is on strike?
them.
Everybody. Yeah. I stand with them.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just sad. Do you want to talk about
The other movie that we saw?
Yeah.
I do want to talk about how we went and watched it at the exact same time.
That's fate, dude.
Right when you texted me, I was watching the last trailer right before the movie started, and I was like, I started to get out my phone to text you, but then the movie started, and I was like, I can't respond.
Can't put it.
So then
And
I had
that's
to put it
funny
back.
because my text started with like, I'm at Talk to Me. It's still trailers. Nobody's behind me. I'm not a monster on my phone.
And then I started to text you back, and then I was like, oh, no, I can't do it.
No, now I'm the monster.
The movie has now started. And I was like, that's crazy that we went at the exact same time.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And I was like, oh, you had to have gone to and yours is technically an hour ahead via the...
Yeah.
But I was like, how did they plan this? How did they know? Thank you.
Especially since we went at weird times. I went to an 11 a.m. showing of a horror movie.
Yeah, I always try to go to the first showing, which is great because no one goes.
Yeah,
and there's
same.
You only had one other person in your theater. I had 3 other people. But I was sitting there, and a girl came in. She sat on the far end of the row in front of me, and I was like, "Are we the same?
Cool.
Are we just like we need to go Saturday morning to a horror movie, and that's just what we need to do today?"
Hey, do you want to be on a podcast?
I was like, hello, are we supposed to be friends? I just have a weird feeling because you showed up to this movie, or was Barbie sold out and you decided to come here? That's fine.
What happened here?
We'll welcome anybody.
No, I sort of wanted to do Barbie and Talk to Me in the same day, and I couldn't make the times work, and so I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go to Talk to Me, and I'll catch Barbie another time because I'm sure the theater is gonna be full. I pulled up; there were only like 4 cars in the parking lot. Like I could have gone to see Barbie in an empty theater,
but.
No, so glad I went to see Talk to Me.
Yeah. So recommendation from both of us, I think, to go see it. And spoilers ahead for sure. So you can stop the podcast now if you would like. Should we tell them what our next series is before?
Yes. Yeah. So our next series is going to be Party Games, and we're going to kick that off with Bodies, Bodies, Bodies in 2 weeks. So thanks for joining us, and now skedaddle until you catch this movie.
Yes. All right.
I loved it.
It is a movie that I can't like stop thinking about or getting like
Same.
heebie-jeebies about. Like certain scenes, I was like,
oh God, same, absolutely same. And like, I just loved seeing more like truly just endearing horror. So much horror anymore is like tongue in cheek. It's like winking at the camera. Like I haven't seen Nope yet, but I was really thinking about Jordan Peele and how his movies are always like, ooh, so scary. You get it? We're doing a scary movie. Like, I don't want that. I want like true, you don't have to like, don't be self-conscious. Just do horror and be scary. And this did that so unabashedly. Oh, I was so excited. Leaving the theater, I was like fist pumping the air.
There were definitely parts in it, and even from the get-go, like right at the beginning.
Yeah.
Opening scene is pretty graphic, pretty intense, and I just immediately like I did one of these. No one can see me. I forget that we're not on a visual medium, but I cover my face with my shirt, and so I'm just sitting alone. At some point, like I had a mask in my bag, and I put my mask. Well, I ate my popcorn and then put my mask on.
Yeah.
But it's also fucking cold, so I put on my mask usually when I watch a movie anyway because I'm freezing. Forgot my sweatshirt. My bad. I got a really nice Waffle House sweatshirt for my birthday.
Oh, happy birthday!
Thank you. And I meant to bring that in, and I forgot to. Anyway, that was a silly part of the story. But yeah, that opening scene set you off to a good start of being on edge the entire time.
Remind me what the opening scene is.
The brother going to get his brother.
Oh, fuck.
At the party. Yeah. It immediately is like, shit's bad.
Yeah.
And it does address. And this movie was made by 2 YouTubers. I don't know their stuff.
No, nor do I. But I pulled them up on IMDb and was like, these 2 look like fucking assholes.
Yeah, right? It doesn't make any sense. I am so happy that they decided to make a movie. Apparently, they had a whole thing where they shopped it around to a bunch of studios, but a lot of the studios wanted them to change the main actress to somebody with a bigger name. So they were unwilling to do it, so they had to find a studio that would back them without them changing the actress. They ended up getting bought by A24. So I don't think that was the original studio that backed them to create it, but the releasing studio is A24, which, everybody knows if A24 puts their stamp of approval on it, it's probably going to be a watch.
I was like, but I
thought it was going to get weirder, but it didn't.
I thought so too. Yeah, seeing A24, I was like, okay, so it's going to get like real cerebral, and we're not going to be.
But it didn't. Like, it did a good job staying just like straight horror.
Mm-hmm. But there is that like I see why A24 would buy it, because there's like you can get cerebral with it if you want to.
You can,
but you don't have to, and I love that. Like, give me the option. But I loved so a friend of ours texted me last week that I needed to go see it. And so I pulled it up on IMDb and saw the release date was 2022. And I was like, oh, how did I not hear about this? Mm-hmm. It released at an Australian film festival in 2022. And so, in the credits, you see all of the like Australian stuff and then A24. So I was like, I don't know enough about Australian horror really to know. Like, I know I loved The Babadook. Same, yeah. We'll see.
I had heard a lot of good things about it for a long time, but to the point where I'd watched the trailer and I saw A24 and they didn't line up to me. So I was like, this is weird that they would buy that, because it seems like, I thought it was going to be like Truth or Dare. Like, I thought it was going to be like one of those movies. So I was like, I would not have expected that. So having that helped, I think. But one of the TikTok people I follow who does reviews on movies, she did one, Stoobs, but I think her name is Jay Stoobs. I don't really know, but she goes by Stoobs on. She said, it gives me like Empty Man vibes. And I was like, that's all you had to say. But I didn't get those when I watched it, but I can see how you would make a link to that because of like the tie-ins. But,
yeah.
Wait. Didn't get Empty Man vibes from it, though. I was like, I love Empty Man. She said, if you like these kind of movies, you'll like this one. I was like, she's not wrong. But I didn't see it as the same movie. But
interesting. Yeah, okay. So for anybody who's listening who hasn't seen it yet, just a quick descripto of what the movie is.
Yeah, good call.
It's a bunch of teens. It was giving Skins. I was like, these are just the Skins kids in a horror movie. Some people, a couple of the kids amongst them, have come into possession of this weird hand. The way they tell it, it's an embalmed hand, and it's been like coated in ceramic or whatever. And you set it on the desk, you hold the hand like you're shaking it, and say, talk to me. Weird images appear before you, people. And then what do you say? I let you in.
Yeah, and it invites them in, and you become
and you
possessed.
Invite them in, and these fucking kids are playing it like a goddamn party game. The rules are like, you go for 90 seconds, like light the candle, that's opens the door. You've got 90 seconds with this entity inside you. Blow the candle out afterward to close the door, and it is so fucked up. I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it. Like, there's like one scene in particular right before the little brother does it.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, they present it like these kids are doing drugs. It's like it's a party game. They're like taking turns doing it. Everybody's saying things like, it's such a rush. It's incredible. It never gets old. And I don't know. It was so stressful.
Yeah.
And then it takes a turn. Well, I don't know how much we want to get into it.
Yeah, like that's the thing. Like from the first moment, whenever, is it Mia? Is her name Mia?
Mia. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Whenever Mia, the first time you see it, it's Mia doing it.
So scary.
And I was like, why would you want to do it after that? Like, why would you?
So when you do it, your eyes go black and your face gets it's strange. You've got like dark circles and like red around your lips. Like,
it's like blood's pooling in weird places in your face.
Yeah. And God, I just keep thinking about when her chair falls over and she's like looking directly at Riley and she's just saying, run, run, run.
Yeah.
So scary.
And that actress did so good. So good.
Everybody in this, the performances are incredible. Like, we are going to see such great things from these actors. All of them did a great job. Oh God. And then because I kept thinking about her possession in that scene, the one of the possessions.
Yeah.
She's like, she tells Riley, like, he's behind you now. He'll split you open. He'll split you open. And then that's what happens.
That's what happens.
So sorry.
Yeah.
Spoiler.
It just, I don't, even when she went to go tell Riley, like when she was laying next to him and he was like, how does it feel? And she's like you're a passenger watching things happen. And I also had this feeling whenever I was watching it, I was like, you know what? Just come to America and then the driver's seat is actually the passenger seat and you'll feel the same. You'll feel
fine. Yeah.
It'll be fine. Every time they got into a car, I was like, but you are in the passenger seat.
Man, it was around that point in the movie that I was like, oh, we're going to like, is this going to be a movie about grief? We're doing it. We're doing another movie about grief.
Yeah.
And it kind of is.
It kind of is, yeah.
But it was more like, it was less like the monster as a metaphor for grief. And it was more like grief makes you more susceptible to the monster.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was a little bit, it wasn't as heavy-handed as a lot of the movies we've covered. Even the Babadook, right, though it
has
very
to do
much
with a heavy hand.
Welcome to the show, folks. No, oh God. But it was around that part, before you learn that her mom has died or how, I was like, oh, she's lost somebody. Like, she's alone. She's lonely. And then the next words out of her mouth are like, I'm lonely. I liked the ghost.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Got it. But it isn't trite like that. Like, this is very early in the movie when I was still like feeling it out.
Yeah. Man, yeah.
Same with the kangaroo at the beginning. I was like, foreshadowing alert.
For sure. Right when that happened, I was like, okay, so that's going to come back.
Yeah, I was like, not looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Have I ever told you about my recurring nightmare about looking in a mirror? And
not seeing anything?
It's not seeing anybody, but God. Not seeing my face.
Oh.
I see somebody else when I look in the mirror. So at the end, when she tells him about that recurring dream, but then at the end, when she actually looks in the mirror and doesn't see anybody, I was like,
yeah.
Poor widow Kelly. She's scared. Sorry, I paused because I was like, how
do you
deep?
Phrase this?
No, I know how to phrase it. I just didn't know how spoilery I wanted to get.
I mean, I think that's fine. We're going to get really spoilery from here on out. I think we've been pretty spoilery, but we'll get more spoilery.
Yeah. What did you think was going to happen when she breaks Riley out of the hospital and takes him down to the highway?
Do I think that she was going to actually push him in, or that it was going to stop? I don't know. It was so hard because the point. So did she had like a lucid moment where she was like, I need to take care of myself and not do this. Yeah,
I don't know. I keep going back around that because leading up to that, like while she's taking him down to the street, you're thinking like, this is the lamb. She has to put him out of his misery. Yeah. Or the lamb. Oh boy, what did I just do there? That was like another level of like sacrifice that I just introduced. Kangaroo. This is the kangaroo.
The kangaroo is the lamb of the Aussies.
Yeah, that's right. I was a white kangaroo, right?
Yeah,
so it's like this added level. That's why I was thinking lamb. Yeah, so I had that going on, but also, I mean, her mother's story was like, but there's this added layer here, and she thinks of her mom so highly, and she knows that she's seeing like these evil things, and to have your mom whispering in your ear, "You're doing the right thing, kill this kid," that's gotta be very hard to like reconcile. That feels like cognitive dissonance, right?
Yeah.
To like think that your mom was like this good and pure person who you loved so much and she loved for you, and she's telling you to like fight against your instincts. We already know that Mia can't even kill a kangaroo, and now her mom is like, kill this person. Like, I feel like it was that that dissonance that like flipped a switch for her to come into it and save Riley.
I thought part of it was whenever the version of her mom behind her that was telling her, do this. I think that it tripped up and it said, because he will be with us. It's weird. The thing that is like so bonkers about the movie is that the brother told her point blank, they pretended to be someone else. This is not like they pretended to be someone and then they just messed with his head. But she was so unwilling to believe it because of grief. It is weird though that they had such of like physical power, and it wasn't like, because I'm now thinking of like her dad. Like,
I don't think that was her dad. Oh, I see what you mean. I don't know, but I think that was all in her head, like the toe sucking thing, right?
Yeah,
like,
so she was
that wasn't like
herself. So it was happening. She was doing it to herself to the point where it was like, I don't know. It's just, I
think we're circling in on the Empty Man comparison, right?
Oh, okay.
Like in two ways. So Empty Man was a lot of like, oh, they killed themselves in like this really weird way.
Yeah.
Like, how did that happen? And it's because they were being possessed by something, or maybe because the whole movie was fabricated. But also like the unreliability of narrator.
Oh,
right?
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Good point. Really good point there. Huh.
Man, you know what else really scared me?
What?
When she takes the hand to the hospital, to try and like close the door for Riley, and that little girl appears, and the little girl says, "I invite you in." Oh, I was like, it works both ways.
I was like, no. Oh, you can do that? Like, what if you don't want to? No. Well, she said, I want to be taken to him, so it has to be like a willingness to jump in there. But it's also like, is this the same entity all around? Because like there are different ones showing themselves, but like we know that, or maybe we don't know, maybe it's the unreliability there, that Riley is not actually being tortured probably. And he can get out, and like, and that's what they said. They were like, the longer it stays in his body, it's gonna get weaker, and it's gonna go away. But she was unwilling to believe that, and she was like, "No, he's in pain. He's being tortured."
Right. But one of the bros at the start of the movie who had the hand in the first place, like, the reason that we have the 90-second limit is because they want to stay if you let them stay longer. And so, like, why is that such a big problem if they'll just grow weaker over time?
Pop out. And that is also why Mia had problems, is because she went over 90 seconds.
And that, like, calls into question everything else that happens in the movie.
So that is the Empty Man tie-in. Damn, we got there.
Yep, we got there.
Okay.
We did it.
Oof. Whew.
Oh, man. God, what a good fucking movie.
Yeah. Some really gross scenes, though. Do you think that actor had to do that? Do you think he had to do that? Do you think the actor did that? You know what I'm talking about.
Wait. Oh. I don't know why it took me a second to think of that, because I was just thinking about that earlier today, and how that must have felt to do that in a room full of people.
Give him an Oscar. Give him every Oscar. God. Oh,
and the dog
just did
too.
The grossest thing. I was like, oh my God, this isn't. I was like, I can't believe that this is where it is. This is where it's gone.
Yeah. And that's even like, that still isn't even really the turn in the movie yet, right? Like that's still act 1. And so, but for like a few seconds more, like we're in the transition scene.
And then like you get this like montage that's like fun.
Yeah.
And not scary. And just like, what is it? Mia's like yelling in like Italian and like singing in Italian.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, there's like a lot of fun stuff going on that like, and everyone's laughing and it seems okay. Yeah. And even he goes again and he seems fine. Yeah. And then I was like, I would never. After that, I would never. Never.
I wouldn't do it the first time. I don't think. I'll go investigate a thing, but I'm not trying to hold a ghost's hand.
No, please, no, absolutely no.
So scary, especially like watching. I don't know. Like Mia was obsessed from the videos that they were posting online, which is like another like crazy aspect. That's a weird idea. Like we're just posting all of these possessions on TikTok or whatever.
Yeah.
I guess it must have been Snapchat though, because the videos were disappearing. I don't know, whatever. But she was like obsessed with it online. And I also would be like, let's go to that house. Let's see what it's like in real life. Because like her bestie believed that they were faking it, right?
Yeah.
So like, yeah, let's go. Let's see if they're faking it. The minute I see somebody do that, I guess she didn't though, right? She was the first one to go that night.
Yeah.
Damn. No, I don't know. Would you do it?
No, absolutely not. Are you kidding me? Of course I wouldn't.
I know.
This was a really good segue though, that we did the Possessed by Aliens. So we talked about Men in Black and a movie about willingly being possessed for moments.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Party Games is our next
Party
series,
Games is our next one. So good segues. We're all full of Now we are.
Now we are.
But the scene where Riley went, that scene is, oh my God.
Oh, I mean, we both have brother baggage. So like, God, can you imagine walking in and seeing your little brother?
Yeah.
Like head fucked up, beat to shit, bleeding. Nobody's helping him. Like when she stuck her hand in front of his face, I was like, yeah, like of course.
Broke her hand, yeah.
Obviously, that's what you do. Like, yeah. That's so scary.
It just, and it made me so mad at Mia. Like I was like, I get that you think that this is what's happening. It's not what's happening. Stop doing it.
Like, how did you?
Again, grief, I guess.
Yeah. I guess, man.
And even the one guy was like, it reads your mind. It doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Like they know.
And it knows everything that's going on.
They know every way to manipulate you. They're in your noggin. They're in your noodle.
Yeah, it was so scary.
And then that last scene, I
was like, how is she gonna, like, what do you do there? Do you try to stay so you can be in the world? Like, what do you do?
I don't know. She looked so scared though.
Yeah.
Like, and from her perspective, like things just ended. She hasn't even like oriented herself.
Yep. Her fingers still look weird from.
Her fingers still look weird. Oh no.
And like she takes his hand and her fingers are like all jacked up as she's like, just so you know, it's my hand. All my fingers are in different places.
God, that's scary. But also so dumb. You just got yourself into all of this mess from grabbing a hand and you see a weird hand floating out in the dark. I don't know.
Well, another question about it is, are those all of the afterlife or is it people that have been taken from the game?
Oh.
Because I was wondering that. And I was like, is it everyone or is it just people that happen to have played the game?
Shit. Yeah, we didn't get many like we didn't see enough of the people that we were of the deads to like we didn't get any like clothes.
We didn't get
We
alone
get
time
much
with them.
speech. Yeah.
We just
nothing
got
to,
a
like,
weird
pinpoint
toe
them.
sucking time. She could have
Weird
definitely done the
toe-sucking.
game.
She could have. Yeah.
Weird swingers party. Somebody had a thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just doing what they
God,
do.
her just crawling across the floor freaked me out.
Yeah, that was pretty gross.
This was a very high tension movie. Like, you were talking about pulling your shirt up over your nose.
Yeah.
I was pulling my hair back the whole time. Like, had to have it off my neck.
You're like, I can't.
Like, I'm experiencing too many sensations from my eyes. The body sensations have to go. Oh, this was great. I'm going to go see it again.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be one I buy whenever it comes out.
Yep.
And yeah, great movie. It just like, I don't know. I've been so excited for horror movies coming out lately. So I didn't watch that trailer, for the Haunting in Venice.
Oh, Haunting in
I'm
Venice.
like 50-50 on the new Exorcist movie though.
Yeah.
It could go
I hadn't
either
seen
way.
that trailer until this movie. Yeah, I don't know. I'll watch it, obviously.
Yeah. Just don't need another like Pray for the Devil.
Yeah, no, Haunting in Venice looks cute.
Oh, okay.
Not cute. Not that's not right.
Like adorable, but
No. But it looks like it's Hercule Poirot or maybe
Kenneth
plus
Branagh?
Agatha Christie.
Kenneth
I think it's both of them.
I love Kenneth Branagh. Oh,
Yeah.
I've seen the poster for this.
I have too, and I've been writing it off because I thought that it was somehow related to Haunting in Connecticut.
I wrote it off because I thought it was related to Murder on the Orient Express.
Oh, it might be.
Is it?
I don't know.
Okay. It's got Michelle Yeoh. I like Kyle Allen. Tina Fey?
Yeah, Tina Fey is playing who I assume is Agatha Christie.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Oh, it is. It is related to Murder.
He did Death on the Nile, Jungle Cruise, Murder on the Orient Express. Okay. It was a very similar poster.
This is crime drama mystery. This looked like it was horror,
crime drama.
though.
It says crime drama horror.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. I'll have to watch the trailer. I'm excited.
Yeah, it was spooky. But it, was clearly mystery. Nobody said anybody's name that I caught, but I was like, that's Agatha Christie for sure. And we're doing like a closed door mystery. So I didn't recognize that it was Kenneth Branagh though. So now I'm double excited. Did we do it?
Ooh, one last thing. The mother, did you recognize her from anything?
Yeah. Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
That's not what I recognized her from. I recognized her from Sabrina. And
I didn't know she was in Sabrina.
Yeah, she plays one of her aunts, Zelda. Aunt Zelda.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. What's her name? Do you remember? We don't need to look it up.
Oh, no. I had it in my brain.
Is she Australian?
Yeah.
Oh, I guess they did film a bunch out in New Zealand, right? For Lord of the Rings?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, God, that was great. Great movie. Loved seeing her. When she first appeared, I was like, is that the mom from Babadook? And then no.
Miranda Otto. I knew her because I was just like, you look really familiar. And I didn't figure it out till I got home. And I was like, oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it took me a minute. She was great. Everybody was so good in this.
Yeah.
Perfect. Great movie. Hope that they make more. Hope to see these actors more.
Yeah, gonna have to look into, is it the Philippou brothers?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Excited to see what they come up with next.
Same. Absolutely same. But I think that's it.
Yeah.
We covered a lot of ground in this one, you guys.
Yeah.
Thanks for sticking with us. I hope that you go check out this movie. So good. Such great horror. Talk to me. And come back in 2 weeks as we start our new series on party games, starting with Bodies, Bodies, Bodies. And in the meantime, you can find us us on various social medias at No Show Monster. You can email us noshowmonster@gmail.com. And if you dig the show, please consider giving it a quick little rate and review wherever you get your podcasts. It really helps us. Tell your friends, have them come over to listen. We can all do a scary game with an embalmed hand that we got off a psychic.
I'll just watch.
That's cool. We need somebody to time it. Thanks, guys.
Happy spookies.
Happy spooky.